encouraging to some, but I just want to speak it because I was reading it here as I pulled over, and it's in Ezekiel 22. Now, I'll wait for a few. I'm sure more people are going to come in. Shalom. God bless you, brother. But as I'm reading this, he told me to speak this, like read this, go live and read this, because some things came to me. He says right here, the word of Adonai, the Lord, came to me. Now, human being, are you prepared to judge? Are you prepared to judge a city drenched in blood? Then make her realize how disgusting all her practices are. Say that Adonai Elohim says, city that sheds blood within yourself, thus speeding your own doom. And that makes idols for yourself that defile you. You are guilty because of blood you have shed. You are defiled by your idols that you have made. You are short in your days. You have completed your years. Therefore, I have made you an object of scorn for the nations and a laughingstock for every country. Does that sound familiar right now? Isn't all the nations laughing at us right now? Many of them. Those close by and those far off will taunt you. You hear that? You have such a defiled reputation and such great disorder. Now remember, this is for Jerusalem, but if you say you believe in Jesus, Yeshua, covenants are for you. History repeats itself. It's time people start realizing this. Now look at here. He says, your leaders of Israel in you, leaders in America, you can say your own country, all use their power in order to shed blood. In you, they make light of fathers and mothers. No wonder 1 and 2 marriages are divorced. They don't care to teach the law, so that's why it's divorcing. They oppress foreigners. They wrong orphans and widows. You treat my holy things with contempt. Why do you think widows and orphanages, why do you think they're collecting money? These people are collecting money off of them and abusing them. Widows, these women are being made widows because we aren't teaching God's ways. Children are becoming orphans because we're not teaching God's laws. Say, oh, just believe in Yeshua, Jesus. Believe in what? And just disregard his laws? No wonder this is happening. Look, you treat my holy things with contempt. You profane my Shabbats. And let me say something. The moment people stop keeping the Shabbat, they start thinking, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. Then other sins started creeping in. Hear me out. In you, people gossip to the point of inciting bloodshed. They're becoming angry because of the gossip that's happening. In you are those who eat on the mountains. In you, they commit lewd acts. No wonder we have people half naked all over the place. In you, they commit incest. Wow, even more. Let's go to Alabama, why don't we? Some states, it's even legal. In you, they force themselves on women during their menstrual impurity, having sex during their Nidah, which is their cycle, their monthly cycle. In you, one commits an abomination with their neighbor's wife. Another commits lewd act, defiling his daughter-in-law. Still, another humbles his sister, his own father's daughter. In you, people take bribes to shed blood. You demand and accept interest on loans. Now we're just raising credit card interest and loans like crazy, looking out for ourselves. In greed, you make profits off your neighbors by extorting them. And you have forgotten me, says Adonai Zavaot, Adonai Elohim. Therefore, I'm clapping my hands together because of your ill-gotten gains and bloodshed in you. Can your courage last? Can your courage last is what he's asking. Can your strength continue during the days when I deal with you? When God finally deals with you, your strength will not endure. That's what he's saying. Can your courage, he says, I, Adonai, have spoken and I will do it. Now he compares them to copper, tin, iron, lead, all mixed together in a crucible. And they're dross, they're worthless, left over from the silver. That's what he's saying. He will burn them down in the fire and collect you what the worthless impurities that are left over. So when you melt down metals or any silver or gold, the impurities will sit on top of the fire, right? And that's what he said, I'll scoop you out because you're impure. He's basically saying, I'll melt you down. But that's what he's saying. He'll refine you as gold and silver, but the gold and silver will be pure. Those not impure in heart, they'll be worthless metal. Worthless. So is all that do not obey God. Now look what he says. The word of Adonai came to me, human being, tell her this, you are a land that is neither cleansed nor rained on in the day of fury. There is a conspiracy of prophets in it. Look at conspiracy. That's why people are always making conspiracies. They're always saying that the ones that are truly speaking, oh, that's a lie, but they understand the false ones. That's what he's saying. In it, like neither are a roaring lion tearing up the prey. They have devoured people, seized wealth and valuables. Look at that. Seized wealth and valuables. They're taking money from people and widowed many in it. Why do you think the people, the pastors, why is their divorce rates keep increasing? Because we're not teaching his laws. They're making many widows in it. Because many are committing adulteries and profaning and going after greed and divorcing. Her Kohanim have done violence to my Torah, my law. Profaned my holy things. Made no difference between holy and the common. Made no difference between what is holy and what is unclean. Not distinguished between unclean and clean. Hidden their eyes from my Shabbats. Well, let's just have it on Sunday. Great job, dumb pastors. No wonder they're all having on Instagram and Facebook having sponsored advertisements. Put a little black box on it, why don't you? You have everybody follow you. Speak a little bit of love and grace, encouragement, and a little motivational speech, and good things are coming to you. Prosperity, great. Motivate you. That's all they do. Worthless pastors. Look what he says. Profane me among themselves. Her leaders are like wolves tearing up the prey to shed blood and destroy people. In order to benefit unjustly. Look at that. Benefit unjustly. Her prophets have plastered for them with whitewashed tombs. Remember, Yeshua said that. Your whitewashed tombs. But inside is dead bones, right? Seeing order to benefit, or in false visions and divining lies for them, saying, this is Adonai Elohim. False visions and lies. If you look at my storyline, I spoke about the spirit of prophecy. What is prophecy and what is a spirit of divination? Satan. When Adonai has not spoken, the people of the land have extorted, robbed, wronged the poor and the needy, and justly oppressed the foreigners. I sought for a man among them who could build a barricade or stand in the break. Look at that. Listen. To oppose me on behalf of the land, so that I would not destroy it, but I found no one. Therefore I am pouring out my fury on them, consuming them with the fire of my rage, bringing their own ways on their own heads, says Adonai Elohim. God said the other night, he's done. This nation is done. And it's already evidence right now. There's people protesting about everything worthless. They're not repenting. They're not turning to his covenants. They're still saying, what laws? You don't get it because you're not seeking him with all your heart, soul, and mind. You're not dying to yourself. You're still hanging out with worldly friends, still going after your passions, your desires, your self-seeking, your self-interest. You're not denying yourself. You're just to pick up your cross and follow him. It's just doing your own will. Judgment's coming. And I'm not going to be here when it's coming. Make sure that you are walking in holiness. You keep sticking up for everything going on, you're going to perish right with them. He said, many are going to perish. Few will listen. Some will. Time is coming. It's drawing close. Stop fighting about with the things I'm saying. Stop fighting with the other brothers that are speaking like me, or sisters speaking like me. It's coming from God, and you need to listen to it. If you keep fighting against it, you're going to die. Period. You're going to be screaming like Bloody Mary, like a chicken with its head cut off when the torment, judgment, and wrath comes in fury. It's going to be blazing. Keep on living how you want, rejecting the truth. Those that are actually surrendered will find this encouraging. Those that aren't, if you're feeling like kind of scared right now, it's good. Repent. Die to self, and God will heal you. He'll protect you. But now, if you don't want to hear this, you want to keep just doing what you want to do, you're not going to find it. It's time to repent. It's going to come quick, and it's coming quick. Now, remember, the coronavirus cases would creep back up. They're starting to do it. Remember, I said the stock market would go back up. It's going back up. The Dow just hit record numbers again. It's going back up. What do you think I'm saying? I'm saying these things when people are at a height of prosperity and just doing what they want to do. Let's go back to my vacations. Let's go back to having fun. Let's go back to my entertainment. Let's go back to whatever I want to do. Go back to church, have fun, whatever. Still not dying to self. This is what he's saying. He's saying there's none standing. What do you think he's saying right there? All the pastors, all the prophets, they're all false. They're lying. Speaking divination, lies. All in it for unjust gain, money, prosperity, success. Trying to achieve their own goals and dreams. I've seen these pastors saying you'll achieve your goals and dreams. Keep focusing. No, they're dead just as everybody else is. Whitewashed tombs. Whitewashed tombs. What do you think whitewashed tombs are? Because they make whitewash. They whitewash the tombs in Israel. Inside would be dead bones. What do you think that means? Your whitewashed tomb, dead bones inside. Maybe you haven't seen Ezekiel's prophecy where dead bones rise back to life. I don't see dead bones rising back to life. I see dead bones everywhere. Dead men walking, corpses, the walking dead. The church is the walking dead. I'm not even talking about the world. The world is already dead, but you're just becoming like the world. It's time to repent. It's time to get serious. It's time to wake up. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. Because it's going to come quick. I'm telling you. Everybody's saying it's going to go back to normal. I want it to go back to normal. Pray that goes back to normal. Pray that goes back to normal. You keep praying, you're going against the word. You're following the devil. It's not normal. It's not going to be normal. It's done. Prophecy is here. It's coming. God's judgment's coming. End times is here. Revelation is here. Everything is here, guys. You don't have much. It's the last and final hours. You think you have time to repent? Keep on looking. Keep on looking for signs and wonders and follow those dumb idiots that want to tell you, look at this sign and wonder. Look at this. Look at here. Look at here. Follow God. The only sign you're going to get is being delivered from sin. Wake up. Repent. It's not a time to play. We have to get serious. We have to get right. I love you guys. And shalom to anyone who heard this. And if you don't know what I just read from, I was reading from Ezekiel 22. It's very important, guys. I just open up my word and he says you need to go live and speak it. So I see it everywhere. And I don't think hardly anybody sees it. But I pray some do. Shalom to each one of you that hear this. God bless you.